Well, here we go. Top of the 7th. It will be Maddie Anderson back in the circle. She'll face a pinch hitter for Rock Valley. Due up was Gracie Stevenson, who opened this game in the 8th spot. Instead, we will see Katie Hayes, who was the starting catcher back in Game 1. Hayes, in that contest, went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Came into today batting .377. We'll try to set the table for the top of the order. As I mentioned, in the bottom of the 6th, where Indian Hills, thanks to an RBI double with 2 outs from Kennedy Preston, able to tack on an extra run. 8-9-1 due up for the Golden Eagles as Hayes takes strike 1. Warriors trying to make it a clean sweep of the number 1 team in Division III. Off the end of the bat, slow roller, Mahaffey up with it, tossed to first in time, 1 away. Looks like we'll have another pinch hitter as well here for Rock Valley. Coach Monroe digging into the bench. Bailey Reynolds, a third-year sophomore out of Rock Falls, Illinois, will grab a bat for the first time today. Bailey batting .378 in 45 plate appearances. 17 runs scored, 7 doubles, and 16 RBI. But coming out cold against a hot pitcher in Maddie Anderson is a tough task. Anderson starts her off speed and breaks it right in at the knees, 0-1. Rock Valley has not lost back-to-back games since their earlier season tournament down in Alabama, where they played some of the top teams in the country. Snead State, Florida Gulf Coast, Wallace Dothan. Another called strike, 0-2 on Reynolds. But the Warriors are just 2 outs away from accomplishing that task right here. The 0-2. That's called strike 3. Yes, sir, on the outer black. Down goes Reynolds. And now just 1 out remaining for Maddie Anderson. Top of the order, Caitlin Stefik. 1 for 3 in the ball game with a single. Has flown out to left and then had a nice hit up the middle as well, but was called out for going out of the batter's box too early. Rock Valley needs 2, and they've only got 1 out to try to produce them. High and outside to begin the AB, 1-0. Anderson working on what would be her 5th complete game of the year. Off the hands, fouled to the dugout for Rock Valley down the third base side, 1-1. It would also, as long as this score holds, it would also break the team tie for most wins of the pitching staff. Maddie Anderson would overtake her fellow teammate, Maddie Huseman, with 13 victories. The 1-1. Ground ball. Lewis bobbles it, and with the speed of Stefik, that will not allow for a play. E5 for Destiny Lewis extends the game. I would think that after what we've seen the past couple of games here with Freiburg, that Coach Dial would have Anderson pitch around her. But again, that does, just as it did back in Game 1, put the tying run on base. Actually, at the time, it put the go-ahead run on base. So you would think that this is a no-brainer here. Freiburg takes ball 1 outside. She has struck out in the game against Anderson, but has since walked twice. I think we'll be seeing free pass number 3. Yes, way out, 2-0. The unintentional, intentional walk. That'll set the table for Jenna Turner, who has had a couple of opportunities here today in Game 1 and Game 2, but just has not been able to connect, whether it be against Ryan Cheek in relief, who got the win for the Indian Hills Warriors back in Game 1, or thus far here today, or in this back half of the doubleheader against Anderson. And there you go, 4 straight out of the zone. Taking her base is Freiburg. Moving down to second in scoring position is Stefik. And Jenna Turner will dig in with 2 outs. Actually, yes, that is Turner. Just having a quick word with head coach Darren Monroe. I beg your pardon. No, there will be a pinch here. That's what I thought. So Turner will not have the table set for her. Instead, it will be Madison Carlson, who was the starting pitcher and the one who suffered the defeat in Game 1 this evening. Carlson did bat for herself in that contest, went 0 for 3 with a strikeout as Anderson starts her inside 1-0. A 300 hitter, 3 for 10 coming into this afternoon's doubleheader. So that's dropped a bit with the 0 for performance in Game 1. Great breaking ball by Anderson, 1-1. Only 1 RBI on the year for Carlson. One. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And Rock Valley down to their final strike here in this one. Indian Hills trying to move to a perfect 18-0 on their home field at R.L. Hellier Field. The 1-2 pitch from Maddie Anderson. Upstairs, and Carlson lays off 2-2. Anderson. Popped up foul. We'll reset and do it again. Both teams have really done well in fighting off pitches, extending at bats. Carlson just trying to, as they say in the game, move it down the line. Anderson wants to end it right here, 2-2. Again, jams are here, but it's off the netting behind home plate. We'll stay at 2-2. Warriors 6-5 in 11 games decided by 3 runs or less. Rock Valley 2-3. 2-2. This is low and outside, and the count will go full. Well, here you go. We had this same scenario back in the 5th when there were runners on first and second, the same 2 runners, as a matter of fact. Stefik on second, Freiberg at first. Jenna Turner popped out to Destiny Lewis. What will Madison Carlson do here? The runners will be moving. Here it comes. Off the fist, Lewis bounces back in foul territory and makes the grab. It's the same result of how that inning ended and the same result of how Game 1 ended. Indian Hills putting a W in the scorebook. 2-0 on an absolute gem hurled by the right-hander, Maddie Anderson. She works all 7 innings, thus resulting in her 5th complete game of the season. She allows just 2 hits to this very stacked Rock Valley lineup. Ended up walking a total of 5, had 7 strikeouts, and of course the big 0 in the earned run category. 13 wins now, a team high for Maddie Anderson. Quite a performance from the freshman here against Rock Valley as Indian Hills moves to 36-7 on the year. The Golden Eagles drop to 28-8. So, of course, coming up here, now that our doubleheader has wrapped up, we'll have the head coach of the Warriors, Lindsay Dial, join us for a post-game interview, gather her thoughts from this double feature against the Golden Eagles out of Division III, and then looking further down the line as well on the schedule for the Maroon and Gold.